I'm so excited. It is my freaking Paladin's Grace books. What is it? Saint of Steel books. You know King George from the Queen Charlotte Bridgerton spin-off series? The things that he tells her, those were the vibes. I was like, wow. Hey, hi, it's Ruby. Welcome to a new reading vlog. We're just gonna chill. We're just gonna hang out for a couple days and see where it takes us. There's really no plan to this reading vlog. The reason I'm starting it is because I was reading my book club's book for the month. They chose Arcana Academy. I didn't know how to say it, Arcana or Arcana, but the audiobook's saying Arcana, so that's what we're gonna go with. And I read like the first 4 chapters and I was like, this is really good. I don't know. I'm super into it. So I wanted to vlog it. And it's going to be spoiler free. No spoilers. But yeah, if you want to read it with us, follow along in the chapter chats, join us for the Ruby and the Gems book club over on Fable. I always have a link down below. But yeah, we read fantasy and romantasy books and they choose what we read. So that's what we're reading this month. And I want to read it so badly. I actually want to buy it. I went to Barnes the other day because I wanted to return a book I had ordered, Made for Each Other by Lynn Painter, because listen, there's a whole thing. I actually vlogged it, so maybe we'll throw up some clips of me at the store. I moved, right? And so now I live near a different Barnes that I didn't have near me before. And damn, like I've talked about how my Barnes and Nobles in Ellicott City and Columbia, those were the ones near me before. They never have buy one get one half off tables, like ever. They have maybe a couple books and that's it. But this one had so many tables and I was so tempted to get all the books. I really want the Metal Singer paperback and I wanted the what is it called? The Lies of Locke Lamora paperback. They had the whole trilogy buy one get one half off. And I was so tempted to get them, like all 3 and then Metal Singer. And I was like, that's 4, buy one get one half off. But I didn't because your girl's on a budget, because I'm trying to buy a new camera. I really want my video quality to just be like at its best. So I need a new camera, a new mic, and that's like $1,500. So my husband recently, literally just this month, was like, let's try and set aside some money for your camera fund. We literally have a separate account just for my camera fund, which is so sweet of him. But he's so supportive of YouTube and like me being on social media because he sees how happy I am, because like there's a lot more to it than just being on here talking about books. It's really like my only socialization. Like I don't have any friends here. I don't have any family here. Everybody's in Texas, you know? So for the past 2.5 years, I've been alone and he's always at work and stuff. So yeah, I think he's just worried that I'm lonely and that I'm gonna get like depressed or something. So it's very sweet of him. He also sees how happy I get when I talk about books and when I read books, and I've met a lot of you all like that you've reached out to me, and like I am buddy reading right now with Summer. She sent me Lady of Darkness and I was like, let's buddy read it. And we had like our first video call and that was super cool because I've never actually talked to someone like that, like live, even though it wasn't in person, but it kind of was, you know what I mean? So yeah, he's just like really invested in making me happy, which go me, good for me. But yeah, I mean, we've gone through a lot, and there was a lot of years where he was just in school and I was like working 2 jobs and like really hustling, and now I'm like taking a break. But I would love a job. I'm actually, dude, this is gonna be so chatty. I'm gonna get off right now and we'll do stuff, I promise. But I have been stalking the Barnes and Noble website because I want a part-time job, because every time I'm at the store, like I see them that they're like short staffed most of the, or I don't know, like they're just busy, especially on the weekends. And then like I will just help people out. They're probably gonna be like, get out. But I know what they want, and so I'm like, I'm a little timid, but sometimes I like make recs, like if I see girls shopping and I'm like wearing my Brave Girl pants, which is not often, I will like be like, hey, blah blah blah, right? But I'm pretty shy, so it's a little hard. But yeah, I really want a part-time job. And the reason I don't have a job, if you're wondering, like, girl, why don't you do anything? Because we only have one car. We only brought one car from Texas, and so it's really difficult to find a remote job. So yeah, but I definitely need one. I need one. So with the part-time thing, I would just be hoping that like maybe my husband could drop me off, or like I could make it work somehow. It's wishful thinking. I just, I don't know. I love talking about books, and I just feel like it would make me happy. And my husband was actually on board with me getting a master's in library sciences and becoming a librarian. But with like the political climate right now, I don't know if that's like a smart move with how things are going. So yeah, for now, I have YouTube, and hopefully stick around. We have better quality coming. Anyway, we're gonna start off with Arcana Academy because I'm like so excited and I want to buy that book. And I actually have I think it's like $12 gift card because I returned a book. I had ordered it, which, did I even talk about this? I'm so scatterbrained. I ordered Made for Each Other by Lynn Painter because I was loving it. I was like 50% in, and I was like, I'm loving this. I was using my $50 gift card from Fetch, so I ordered a couple books, which I'll haul them. But yeah, I was like loving it. And then the latter half, I didn't love it. So I ended up returning it because I finished it before it even got to me. And I was like, as soon as I got it, I returned it. And then, you know, when they asked me, I was just like, honestly, I was loving it. And then I didn't. And so I don't need a completed copy. She's like, totally understand, valid. Because it was like still in the box. So I returned it, and I didn't use that money because I wanted either Arcana Academy or the Raven Scholar. And they didn't have either or. Because it's a little store, but yeah. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Arcana Academy, and then maybe we'll visit my TBR because I haven't done anything with it. So we have the Teller of Small Fortunes. We have My Best Friend's Exorcism. We have Bingsu for Two, Wild Eyes, and Assassin's Apprentice. So maybe we'll read these two and Arcana Academy. We'll see. But I just got a package. I'm going to go unbox that stuff because, yeah, I'm going to put them away, and I'm going to pop on the audiobook, and then we'll catch up again. Let me update you real quick because I have read up to chapter 12. So the first 11 chapters of Arcana Academy. And right now I'm going to take a break, and just like dilly-dally on the computer. And then I have to edit TikToks. I don't know if I'll do that right now, but I'm going to take a break because I really want to shop for some like book annotating supplies. I'm not an annotator, but recently, like I told you, I'm buddy reading Lady of Darkness with Summer, and the first meeting we had, I was like trying to flip through the book and I couldn't find like where anything was, and it was annoying me. And I switched to my Kindle so that I could highlight stuff, but it's not the same. Like I want the physical book, like I want to read the book. So I'm thinking of ordering some tabs, maybe some pens. I don't know. We'll see. If you have any recommendations for like good pens to annotate or highlighters or whatever, I don't know that I'll be highlighting. I don't know if I'm that girl. Might just underline. But if you have recommendations, leave them down below. But I'm probably going to order some stuff right now. Anyway, Arcana Academy. It is so good so far. So in this book, we have, I should have checked the genre tags, but I didn't. But it seems like there's going to be dark academia because we're in a school setting. But it starts off with a bang. We follow our FMC Clara, and she's imprisoned at the beginning of the book, but she ends up getting out of the prison. The actual Prince Kalis, kind of orchestrates things because he wants to use her. And we don't really know why. I mean, we know why, but I don't know the full extent of things. Like, why does he want this? Like, what is his end goal? And yeah, Clara is in prison because she was using the Arcana cards illegally. You are not supposed to use these cards, like do these magic, without like self-reporting that you're able to do it. So as soon as you are able to do this, like you come to with your powers, you have to kind of register with like the kingdom, I guess, and let them know that you are a magic user. And then everybody mandatorily has to go to Arcana Academy and essentially like interview, kind of have a tryout to see if they'll make it into Arcana Academy. And if they don't make it, then it's bad. They're sent to like the mines. They're like really terrible working conditions. And it's like a whole thing, right? So a lot of people don't report and they just try and like fly under the radar. But if they get caught, they get sent to that prison. And that's exactly what happened to Clara, our main girl. And so she ends up getting out and she gets up forced to join or try to join Arcana Academy by Prince Kalis because he knows that she's been using the cards forever, the tarot cards forever, and that she's gifted. And there's like a way that he knows that she's gifted. Like he tests her. And so, yeah, right now we're just like in the process of seeing if she's going to get into Arcana Academy, which presumably she is, or we'd have no book, but she's in that process. And the school setting is really cool. It's giving me like Harry Potter vibes because they have different houses and like the houses take on different people. Like there is the house that takes on the smart critical thinkers and the like more brash people, like fearless people. And I think that's really cool, except they are ruthless. Like it is a to the death thing. So like the stakes are definitely high and I really like that. And then somebody in the club, I was like perusing the chapter chats, put like, are we getting a true enemies to lovers? And I think we are, you guys, because this guy super sucks. Prince Kalis super sucks. But at the beginning of the book, like once he gets her to like escape jail, he literally is like, we're engaged now. And it's like hilarious. Like the way that it happens, I was like chuckling, but she hates him. She hates him so much because she blames them for like her mother's death, I believe. I could be mistaking books. This is the bad thing about listening or reading different books at the same time. Like sometimes I get my wires crossed. I'm currently reading 5 books, I think, which is insane. And I have nobody to blame but myself. But yeah, presumably I feel like this was the book where her mom got offed and she blames, was it another one? I don't know, girl. But yeah, her mom is deceased and she hates the royal family. We'll just leave it at that. So yeah, he kind of gives her a new identity. He literally says that they're betrothed and he announces it to everybody in the academy. So she's on everybody's radar. She cannot fly low. She can't be on the down low because he literally puts a target on her. And so I think it's really interesting. She had a sister who was already on Arcana Academy and she's like trying to look for her sister to make sure she's okay. But yeah, it's like the beginnings of trying to get a house, because if you don't get selected to a house, you're out. And the houses only have certain amount of slots. It's just like whoever's graduating gets replaced. But other than that, like those are the slots they have. And if you didn't get in, you didn't get an invite, then you didn't. And so it's really cool. I feel like this magic system has a potential to be really cool. It's like tarot cards, kind of like One Dark Window, except that they're actually like physically drawing out the tarot cards. And we've already gotten introduced to certain aspects of the magic system and how it actually works really early on. Like the first 4 chapters, I feel like gave us that, like the explanation, not fully, but a little glimpse at to like what are the tarot cards, how many are they, what are they, how do you create them. And it's like certain tarot cards require certain like supplies, ink, if you will, to create them. You can't just pick up whatever and expect to make them all. Or can you? I don't know. It's really good so far. So yeah, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get ready. I need to charge. Ooh, I need to charge the speaker. I just remembered because I'm looking at the projector screen so that we can watch Freaky Friday tonight. And I'm going to get started on the soup. Maybe I'll show you. You say you belong to me, so ease my mind. Imagine. Hi, Butters and I just got back from a walk and then we went to go get packages and I sat on the floor unboxing and I need to share with you what I got because one of the packages I knew what it was because I bought the books off of Pango, so like I knew what I ordered, but the other one was like unmarked and I didn't know what it was, and I am so excited. So first up, I did order Yours Truly, Part of Your World from someone on Pango just because I have special editions of these, like the Eternal Embers ones, which are right here, which are gorgeous, but I only have these two and I don't love these books enough to keep these special editions, although they are gorgeous and stunning. This one's definitely my favorite because it has a little goat and it's so cute, but like I said, I don't love them enough that I would keep these, so I did list them. They are pricey, but I just listed them at what I paid for them because I did pay quite a bit because they don't make them. So but I just kind of decided I didn't need those, and then I picked up book 2 in this series, which it's called, I'm sure it says it, the Cherry Tree Harbor series. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. I don't know if there's just gonna be 5. I don't know if it's completed, but I read book 1, Runaway Love, in another video. And I wanted to read this one because the brother that's featured here, I really like him. He was really fun. But, you ready? Before we get into the update, because I did do some reading on the weekend, even though I didn't film because I spent so much time with my husband. Honestly, it was really nice. It was a really nice weekend. He did a ton of really nice things for me. I don't know. Cupid came and something happened to my husband because he doesn't have any romantic bones in his body, but he definitely came through. Like, he wined and dined me. We played board games. We just hung out. He was really cute. He like made the bed one day and then like he laid out my blanket because we don't share blankets because he's such a hog. And I have a blanket that he gave me for a Christmas, and it's like a wife blanket. Like, it says all these cute things that I'm like this and that, and like I'm like the best. And he like laid it all out so that like you could read it, and then he put the switch because I told him that I wanted to get into gaming a little bit more because I'm not a gamer, but I want like a cozy game, and I saw Cozy Bookshop or something like that, or Tiny Bookshop. We'll probably play it in a little bit. And I told him that it's because when I'm listening to audiobooks, like I was listening to Arcana Academy, I'm just like there. And there's not much I can do other than walk in my treadmill or walk with Butters or do some sort of craft, but like I don't really have anything that I'm doing right now. So he bought it for me and I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And he left his Switch there. But now I want to make the Switch look cute because he had kind of abused it a little bit. So I want to like choose different like joystick covers because he like, I guess, dug his nail into one of them and it's like not looking real cute. But yeah, I don't need to like put a bunch of stuff into it. Yeah, but that was really cute. So the other stuff that I got, with the one that I didn't know what it was, I'm so excited. It is my freaking Paladin's Grace books. What is it? Saint of Steel books from the UK. I'm so excited that these are here. I've been wanting these so badly, and actually today I was on Book Outlet, although I'm like on a book buying ban right now. Like I haven't declared it as official, but I have been receiving books and I have been getting books, but only when I have gift cards, and then I've been like receiving publisher mail. But yeah, I do have a haul that I need to do because there's quite a bit of books. There's at least 15 on the cart, so I need to haul those. But I have been trying to be better with my money. So yeah, I saw Sword Heart was on Book Outlet and I almost caved because I really want Sword Heart because it's part of this world, the Saint of Steel world. But yeah, we have Paladin's Strength, which I think is book 2. Paladin's Grace is book 1. We have Paladin's Faith and Paladin's Hope. These are the UK covers that I got from Blackwell's because they're stunning. I love them. I'm so excited. I've been such a fan of T. Kim Fisher this year, but I've only been reading her like dark fairy tale retellings, and I hear this is kind of like fantasy romance. So we'll see. But now I just need to get Sword Heart, and then I just got Clockwork Boys off of Libby. So I've been waiting forever, and I finally got it, so I can start that. And I don't know, I don't want to cave with Sword Heart, but I really want it. And then Book Outlet has like the sprayed edges one. So I did read, I think, well, I think it says I need 4 hours, or I have 4 hours left of the audiobook of Arcana Academy. And honestly, it started off really strong. I was really loving it. I was really into it. But then the middle, it's been like kind of slow, kind of a little boring, which sucks. And I don't want to say that, but it is a little slow, and it hasn't picked up for me. So that kind of sucks. Like, I feel like if it ended off this way, I'd give it 3 stars, but I was seeing what the book club was saying, because like I said, it's a book club book, so I get to see the chapter chats, like what they're saying. And a lot of them are saying that it ends really good and like wants you to get like the next book immediately, or like it makes you want to. So I'm excited that it's gonna pick up, and I hope it does, so that I can give it a higher rating. But like, I don't hate it or anything. I'm just like ready for more stuff, more action to like come into play. But over the weekend, because I only have Arcana Academy in audio, and I spend so much time with my husband, like I really didn't have a lot of time to read that. So I picked up Wild Eyes, which is book 2 in the Rose Hill series. Book 1 was Wild Love, which honestly I didn't love. I gave it 3.75 stars, but that was graceful. I feel like that was more of a 3-star read for me. This I am loving. I am like 60% in, and oh my goodness, I am loving this so much. And you know, I figured that I'd like it more than the first one, because we meet the MMC West in the first book, and I preferred him over Ford, the main guy of the first book. And that's because it wasn't even his book. And I was like, I just want to read more about West, not Ford. Because Ford's like, he's like grumpy, but he's like too grumpy. He's like the kind of grumpy that I'm like, I just don't like you. And so I didn't really like it. And then I didn't like how they did the thing with the daughter. I was like, no, I just didn't like it. And I told myself, if I don't love this book, like, I will unhaul the entire Rose Hill series. But I'm loving this so much. So much. I love West. I love Skylar. I love his kids. And kids are hit or miss for me, because I don't really like kids. But they're so cute. Both of them are so cute. And there is nothing about this that I'm not loving right now at 63% in. And if it continues like this, I'm giving this 5 stars. Nobody's more surprised than I am, but I am loving this. So I am going to go turn on the Switch, see if I know how to play something, and listen to Arcana Academy, and I'll catch up with you when I've read a little bit more. I do need to make lunch. It's like 2. But honestly, I'm not that hungry yet. So yeah, let's continue reading. Every single time that I vacuum, this happens. This is his biggest enemy. He's not even scared of it. He just hates it. Look at him waiting. It's time for an update. I finished Arcana Academy yesterday and I do have some thoughts. Originally, I was going to give this 4 stars, but I just feel like I can't because a really big chunk of the middle was very slow. So I settled on a 3.75 star. At least for me personally, it was a little too slow. But I will say that the ending definitely did pick up, just like everybody told me it would. And there was a couple of reveals at the end. It wasn't just one, so that was nice. And I feel like the author did a really good job of setting up those things. Like, we could have put one and one together and figure it out ourselves. It wasn't just like super jarring and like out of the blue like Metal Singer. I'm still salty about that because I just felt like there was no clues that was coming. If you've read it, then you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, there was clues here. Like, you from the beginning kind of knew where we were going. This definitely took place the most in the school setting, in the academic setting, but I just feel like it didn't give me enough school, which I think might just be me, because they go to classes, they do spell work, they or not spell work, but card work or whatever. They practice their inking of the cards. They have a duel. The duel was my favorite part. I really like that scene. Literally like Harry Potter Wizarding Duel, but with cards. That was cool. I really like that scene. But yeah, I felt like I just wanted more. But I was satisfied with what I got. The romance. This really does start off as enemies to lovers. Like, I believe the enemies, and a lot of you did too in the book club, because like I mean, I'm sure I said it. This is the book club pick for August. A lot of people were like very much giving enemies to lovers, and yeah, it was. And then the lines that Kalis was dropping, there was some lines. I'm not going to tell you what. I know some people will read quotes and stuff, but I just want you to experience them for yourself, because I was like, wow. But the way that I explained it was like, you know, King George from the Queen Charlotte Bridgerton spin-off series, the things that he tells her, those were the vibes. I was like, wow. And he does it a couple times, and I was just like, girl, if you don't believe that he loves you, I don't know, somebody needs to slap you, because the bars this man is dropping. But yeah, I really did enjoy that element. I feel like the girl's a little annoying. She's a little annoying, but I get it. Like, I get why she's skittish and not trusting because of the circumstances of what she's going through. But my favorite part of the book was the magic system. And I can see why people were comparing it to One Dark Window or the Shepherd King duology because of the cards. Except in One Dark Window or the duology, all they have to do is like tap the card 3 times and then they can use it. This is way more complex. And I'm not shitting on the Shepherd King duology. I'm just saying that whilst they are using cards in this, it's way more complicated than that. Like, they have to actually ink the cards. There are a ton of cards. Also, not everybody can use certain cards. Like, there are a lot of rules to this magic system. And I wish I had the physical copy, because at the end of the book, I listened to the book on Everend on audiobook. And at the end, they went through all this like glossary of all the cards and what they do and what they look like and all that. And I was like, damn, I wish I had the book so I could see that, but it's okay. But yeah, my favorite part was definitely the magic system. I just thought it was super cool. And we did explore it quite a bit. Like, there was things that were explained quite a bit. So that was pretty cool. Like, we did get limitations, restrictions, rules, and I enjoyed that. So I will definitely be continuing on to the second book. I hope that it comes out next year and it doesn't take too long. But now I'm going to be picking up something for my TBR, because I have yet to read anything in my August TBR, which is so bad, but it just hasn't happened. And I feel like these months I've been reading less. Like, I've been reading more than 10 books, but less than 15, which is weird, but it's okay. I'm going to be picking up Wild Eyes because I talked about it a little bit before. I'm so into this and I want to finish it. I'll finish it today. I'm actually going to go and sit on the couch, snuggle with Butters, and finish this out with you, and we'll see how this ends, because so far I'm loving it, and I'm just like so surprised because the way that I didn't like the first book, like when I was reading the first book, I legitimately thought that this wasn't going to be for me, like this series, and I was going to end up unhauling it. And I even told myself I'm not going to buy the fourth and final book, Wild Card, until I read it, because like I haven't been liking, but I had just read the first one. I was literally just jumping to conclusions, but I love this, and it's because I love the guy. So yeah, let's go get settled in now that I've done my chores for the day. I really didn't do much. I just made ice in our ice maker and washed, vacuumed. I think I showed you the vacuuming part because Butters is a menace to society and he loves to fight the vacuum. And of course we went on a walk. It's so nice outside. It definitely, I don't know what the temperature is, but all day it felt super cool, like fresh, like low 70s maybe. Probably not, probably in the 70s, but the breeze felt so cool. So yeah, we took 2 walks today, and now we're gonna go snuggle up and finish this. Look who beat me to the couch. How cute is he? He's snuggling with his lamb chop. It's so adorable. I took like 45 minutes today to brush him very gently and prep him for the groomers on Friday, because I hate when the groomers like hurt him unintentionally, but I always just like pre-brush him, make sure that he's good to go so that he has the best experience, and then he'll be able to see finally. I have stopped on chapter 34, page 355, so I have a little less than 100 pages to go, but I just read the scene that had me giggling. I mean, I've been giggling the whole time, but we just heard from Reese. And if you're not familiar with this, Reese is the MMC of the 3rd book, the next one, Wild Side. And I mean, I already have some spoilers, like I know what Reese does, but if you don't want to know, I won't say it just in case. But Reese just got dumped into their friend group by Tabitha, who's going to be the FMC of the 3rd book. And they know Tabby because she is their friend, has been their friend since childhood, so they really, really know her. And Reese is just like the stranger that they don't know anything about. He's just like this huge, tall, good-looking guy that they just accepted into their group. But he's like grumpy, and he like doesn't talk much about himself, actually doesn't talk at all about himself. And he's just like there, plays the game, and leaves. And he ends up joining them. And it's funny because in the first book we follow Ford, and he gets roped into this bowling league group by West, our MMC of this one. And he's like, this is like a single dad's bowling league. Like, you have to be a dad. And it just so happens that Ford then finds out that he is a dad. But yeah, Reese has got his own thing going on. And then there's Bash, there's Crazy Clyde. They're all in this group where they go and they bowl weekly, and they super suck, but they still have a lot of fun. And they just have like their bro time, you know? But Reese freaking drops this bomb on the group, and I was like, holy shit, because I now know what the tropes are for the next book based on what Reese literally tells us in chapter 33. Wow, okay, so that's really cool because now we know what we're getting, and I just feel like that's gonna be fun. And so far they've all been different, like they've all been different tropes, so I really like that. Because the first one we had like this grumpy guy, he's still very much grumpy, like grumpy Sunshine. She was definitely Sunshine, and I just didn't love that. I'm not a grumpy Sunshine girl. I'm not. I need a little bit more than that, but he's also a billionaire, so there's that. But again, I'm not like super into billionaire romances. Like, I don't mind them, but there's got to be a little something else going on. So I feel like that's why I didn't love that one. But this one, I really like it. Like, I wouldn't say this one's as tropey, at least not that I can pinpoint. Like, we have a pop star and we have a small town dad, but yeah, I don't know. I like it. But yeah, I just had to talk about that because I was like, holy shit. He literally just drops the bomb, and I guess they are just gonna be pretending or hiding things from everybody. They're not gonna be open and honest with everybody from the get-go, from the start. So I think it's gonna be really fun, and I hope that I like it. A lot of people said that they read the third book and they got like, just they didn't like it. It was like cringy, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because of Reese's profession or like, were they doing some sort of role playing? Because that would be cringy. I would understand that. But if it's just because of his profession, I don't know. I think it would be cool. But I guess we'll find out, because I will definitely be continuing on. I'm going to finish this out right now because it's really good. I'm so invested. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I am going through it today. I started feeling pretty badly last night because today is day 2 of my monthly cycle, and I had so many cramps. I still do, and I just feel like crap. So I'm gonna take it easy today. Last night you saw me cook. I think I included something. I just decided to make like a carby comfort meal, which I never make because I am not supposed to eat a lot of carbs. I have PCOS, I have insulin resistance, I have a lot of things. And so yeah, I try and stay away from all that. But last night I was just like, you know what? Screw it. And obviously just portion controlled and enjoyed that dinner. But today we're back at being a little bit healthier to take care of myself because I just feel like shit right now. But I mean, women, am I right? We have to go through it, which sucks, but I love being a girl. I wouldn't have it any other way. But yesterday was pretty insane because I was gonna cook, and it was gonna take a minute, like by the time I did everything. And so I picked up an audiobook. I think I had picked this up like the day before yesterday, but I had only listened to a little bit of it. I flew through it. It was the Finley Donovan series, the latest book. I think it's the 5th book. Yeah. I don't own the 4th and the 5th, but I want to get them. The 4th is my least favorite. The 5th was my favorite. And I read like 60% of that book just last night, and I finished it like in one go. It was crazy. I loved it so much, which was crazy because I didn't really love the 4th one. That one was my least favorite for sure of the bunch. I just didn't like the location change and the storyline that was going on, and I was like thinking that it was gonna go downhill, but no, I love this one. It was so cute, and like I love the neighbor, and yeah, I just really liked it, and I gave it 5 stars, so that was awesome. But if you're not familiar with the Finley Donovan series, she's an author, and she, in book 1, ends up having a meeting with her literary agent, and she's pitching ideas because the literary agent's like, I need something. Like, you've been sitting on your ass, like, you need to give me something. And so she's just, like, pitching stuff out of her butt left and right, and she writes, like, romantic mysteries. And so, yeah, she's talking about potential plot lines, and the lady next to them, at the table next to them at the restaurant, ends up slipping her a little note before they leave. And Finley opens it and realizes that this lady thinks that she's a hit woman because of what she's been saying. Like, yeah, and it just takes off from there. It is ridiculous. It is crazy. It is cozy mystery. It's funny. There's romance. There's drama. It's just like ridiculous in the best way possible, and I love them. But the 4th one had a location change, and I didn't like it. I mean, I think I gave it like 3 stars maybe, but yeah, it was my lowest rated one. This one though, we're back home, and I loved it. I thought it was so cute, and I don't know, at this point I'm invested. I can't wait for the next one to come out. The covers of these keep getting cuter and cuter as they go. So I definitely want to get the 4th book, Finley Donovan. Buries Her Own Grave, I think, is the one I read. Maybe. I'm not sure. And then the other one's Crosses the Line, which is even cuter. I want to get these two, but right now I'm in a book buying ban, so I can't get them. But it's fine. I will get them when I'm able to. So yeah, this morning I did read Wild Eyes yesterday, and this morning I finished out the little bit that I had left, which was not much. I actually finished it in like 30 minutes. Literally laying in bed on my Kindle, just like writhing in pain, hugging Butters. Like honestly, I feel like shit. It's not every month that I feel like this, but because I have PCOS, you know, the irregularities and all that, and so it kind of sucks, but whatever. I did finish this, and I think we'll talk about it after I do the whole reading journal thing, because I do need to fill it out, and I thought we'd do it together before we end the video. Okay, let's add the couple things that I need to add to the reading journal. So first up, we do have 2 5 stars to add to the journal. So I'm just gonna put them right here. And then this I do keep up with. Let's fill this part out with the little circle stickers. I wasn't going to continue doing this for next year, but I think I am, just to use my stickers because I have so many. So, I mean, I might as well. And I think I'm going to have to bump up my goal next year, because I had put 100 this year, or no, 125, and then I just reached that right now, and we are just heading into September, so I bumped it up to 150, but maybe next year I'll put like 200. You know, not that it really matters, but just because. And then here I did print out 2 extra little books. Oh, let me do this one first. I still have what? Today's the 28th, so I have the 29th. I have like 3 whole days, 3.5, to read more books. So I'm not going to choose the favorite of the month yet, just because I still have a couple of days to read, and you never know. I don't think that I will have another 5-star, but that would be awesome, because these 2 I read back to back and they were both 5 stars, and honestly I needed that. So there's that one, and then this one I'll just put it right there, and there's that. And then this part, I was writing down the tropes, the genres that I want to put for the next one, and I have 12, and I don't know that I need more than that, but I am going to be adding another one of these, and it's going to be YA versus adult, because the way that I've been doing it right now, it's just not the way that I want to continue. So let's see. Finley Donovan is Cozy Mystery, which is yellow, and then Wild Eyes is Romance, which is pink. And page count, let's see. This spread literally is the one that helps me with everything. When I do wrap-ups, when I do anything, I refer back to this one. So Wild Eyes was 464 and Finley was 309. So I did Finley first, so that's pink. And then the 400s are blue. There we go. Oh, look at that. I totally stabbed myself. That's what I get for not looking. Let's ignore my blue hands. From here, I don't think that any of those books came from here. And then I cannot fill this out yet. I did do the Arcana Academy thing. Series, we do have Wild Eyes. That was a book that I read. And that's it for that. And then that's it, I think. Yeah, because after that, we just have the rereads, books received, and then the part where I write my thoughts, which I don't like to share with you because usually I write spoilers and then I would spoil something for you. So just know that that's what that looks like. But yeah, let's talk about Wild Eyes now. Okay, now that we've done the reading journal, let's talk about the Wild Eyes thoughts. As you saw, 5 stars, but this was just so fun to me. There was nothing that bothered me. There was nothing that I would have changed about it. And because of that, I gave it 5 stars. And I'm trying to be a little bit more graceful with my ratings, but like, you know, I'm still going to give you my thoughts. I'm not going to just boost the ratings to be nice. I'm just trying to be a little bit more open to different genres because I've said it before, but I do treat different genres differently. I am the most forgiving with like romance and I'm the most strict with like fantasy and sci-fi. It's just the way that it is. But yeah, I love this. I love the romance. I love the characters, both the MMC West and the FMC Skylar. I like them both equally. Well, maybe not equally. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I did prefer West. Oh, Butter's here, someone. That's like his daily thing. He'll bark at anybody. Yeah, and I love the children. They were so cute. I love the children, and I don't always love children, in books and in real life. But yeah, I really liked everything about this. Even Ford and Rosie, the FMC and the MMC of the first book, this book made me like them more because I wasn't in love with them in the first one. But yeah, with this, like, we did get them a lot on the pages. Like, they were a part of the story because they all live in like the same ranch area. And I was endeared to them. Even Ford, who I didn't love, he grew on me. So I'm so excited for the third one because like I told you before, yesterday, I think, yeah, when I was reading on the couch, we already know what Wildside is gonna have, like the tropes, and I'm excited for it. I hope that I love it also. If I don't, it's okay. I don't have to love them all. And then of course we're gonna get Wild Card very soon, Bash's story, and I heard that that's gonna be boyfriends, or what is it called? It's like ex-boyfriend's dad. Like Bash is the girl's ex's dad, you know? And I've never read that. And people were saying that they really like Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas that has that trope where she ends up like hooking up with her ex's dad. And that's what that one's gonna be. So I'm interested. Picture me intrigued. The next one's Marriage of Convenience. So yeah, since I'm pretty new to romance, like in general, like I've read a lot of romances at this point, but I'm still fairly new to it. I haven't like really stepped out of my comfort zone, or I haven't really like actually dove into all the little tropes and all that. Although let's be real, I do read a lot, but I just get excited for romance because it just like makes me feel so giddy and happy, and just I love it. So especially on a day like this. Today I'm actually gonna be picking up Bingsu for 2. I was gonna start Assassin's Apprentice, but I'm not in the mood for Assassin's Apprentice. I just want to read something lighthearted, and I think this one's gonna be the one. And I still have all these other books on my August TBR that I haven't read. I started this one and I just wasn't into it. I wasn't into it. I don't know if I'm gonna DNF it or I'm gonna try and push through. And I think this one's the only one that I'm not gonna end up reading. which is okay because it's definitely giving October, so I don't super mind. I like to read my entire TBR, but once, okay. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me for these past couple days. I'm gonna edit this so I can upload it for you tomorrow. Yeah, I had a fun time. My life's pretty chill. I'm just home pretty much all the time, but next up I want to do bookshelf ultimatum. I should do clear the cart or will I DNF, but there's just something about bookshelf ultimatum that I love. And I feel like I should just do one bookshelf ultimatum a month. I don't know. I just really enjoy it. So why not do it? But I definitely miss it. I don't know when I did the last one. I think it was in June, so not too long ago, but I want to do one. So I'll be doing that next week, hopefully, because this week I need to focus on my TBR. Butters is growling. Let's ignore him. Butters doesn't let up. Damn. Okay, well, like I said, thank you so much for hanging out. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you next week with another one. Bye.